Hi everyone, Angie here. You're welcome to Data Nest with Angie. If you have never written SQL before, you are in the right place. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what SQL is, and we are going to write our very first SQL query together. SQL is pronounced SQL, right? And it is a structured query language. SQL is used to, ask questions from a data. SQL is a language that, your database understands. SQL is, like I said, is a simple language that helps you to store data. It helps you to find data. It also helps you to manage data in databases. So that brings us to what databases are. Just like what we have in our Excel, we have we store information in Excel table, right? All those sheets we have in Excel, it's stored in a table format, right? So you have your customer name, your income, your sales, your profits, your ID number, and all of that. It is called Excel table. So we store information in Excel table in Excel, right? So, but in SQL, when we store information, is called a database. All right. So it's just a different name for different right? In Excel, where we store information is called Excel table, and in SQL, where we store information is what is called database. Yeah. So to be able to, work on data in SQL, you need to know the language that SQL understands. All right. Yeah. So SQL is that language that you use, to ask questions or to give instruction to that database. And it is very important that you know the importance of SQL. Yes, SQL helps you to be qualified for data analyst roles. Yeah, you need SQL. You need to know how to use SQL to be able to qualify for any data analytics role. Yeah, and we also use SQL to query a really large amount of data. Your Excel, has a limitation to the amount of data it can carry, it can handle. Yeah, there's a limitation, but your SQL can handle a very large amount of data. Yeah, so we use SQL, as data analysts. We use SQL, we use Power BI, and we also use Excel to work on data. The what makes SQL unique is that it works on a very large amount of data, and it helps you to do your data cleaning. It helps you to, work on data to get it ready for visualization. Right. So SQL is used to what? To prep your data, to get your data ready for visualization. All right, very simple SQL examples include the select. So we have the language that SQL understands, and the first language you should know is your select clause. Yeah, you can call it a clause or you can call it a command. Yeah, so we have the select clause and we also have the from clause. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to use the select clause and the from clause. So to help us understand what select is let's say you want to see some information from your database. What do you use? You're going to be using your select clause. Your select clause means show me everything from this database. What's the name of your database? What's the name of your data in your SQL? Is it student data? Is it customer data? Yes. So when you use select, you're telling SQL, show me everything from here, right, in the students table. Now where this from clause, the from command comes in is when you have told your SQL, I want to see everything, the next command your SQL is expecting from you is your from command. Your from is telling your SQL the information you are looking for is from so table, is from so database. Yeah, that's why you need your select command first and your from command first. All right, so select means show me everything, and your from means in the student table, in the database. What's the name of your database? All right, select is what you want, and from is where that information that you want is coming from. So let's start. We have several SQL, we have PG Admin 4, we have MySQL. There's so many, but for the course of our tutorial, I'll be using PG Admin 4. So I already have this opened up, all right? So I'm just going to expand my saver here and wait for it to load up. Yeah, so I have different databases here. I have student exam, I have investorism, data analytics with Angie. I have several databases. So if you're working with admin 4, okay, you should have DVD renter database in your system. Is an inbuilt, practical database that you can use to learn SQL, right? Yeah. So we're going to expand DVD rental. Okay, we want to understand what SQL is first off. Okay, so you expand your DVD rental and you scroll down to schemas. Scroll down to schemas. When you scroll down to schemas, you're going to scroll down, okay, and look for tables. Expand your tables. Once that is expanded, you're going to see your different tables. These tables are what your the name of your database is called what? DVD renter, right? Yeah, that's the name of your database where all the information is stored. Okay, and the table, we have several tables. We have actor, address, category. We have several tables. Now you want to query this database DVD renter. What you're going to do, you're going to right click on your tables and choose query to. We want to query this data. Right click on your tables and choose query to and wait for it to load. Now the first command that SQL or SQL understand is your select clause, right? Your select command. You type out select. Okay, what do you want to select? Now you don't really know what these tables are made up of, right? You can expand it to know the columns. You want to work with what? Actor table. So expand the columns as well so you know the names of the column. So we have actor ID, first name, last name. So what do you want to see? That is what your select command is all about. What do you want to see? That's what SQL understand. I want to see first name. So I'm going to spell it exactly the way it is in this actor table. Exactly the way it is. So select underscore first name, comma, all right? If you want to see more than one item, you have to put comma, okay? So first name, what other thing do I want to see? I want to see the last underscore name. All right, so you have to spell it correctly the way it is in your table. Okay, now the next command SQL understand is your from command. Like I earlier said, your from is where is this information coming from? Type out your from. Okay, where is it coming from? It's coming from the actor table. The name of our table is what? Actor table. So we are going to type actor exactly the way it is spelled here in our schema, in our table. Do you get it now? And you're going to enter your semicolon. All right, so your select works with what you want to see. Your select means you want to see some columns. Let's just say select what? Select only select columns, the names of the different columns that you have, and your from works with the name of your table. Yes, that's the easiest definition we have of select and from. Your select is working with what? With the column names, and your from is working with what? With your table name. So we are going to run this now. All right, you come up here where you have your execute script and click on execute script and wait for it to load. Yes, so we have written a query, yeah, using select and from, and we can see first name, last name. All right, in pgadmin 4, it is not a must to use capital letters for your select and from. You can also use your small letters. Let's go. So let's type select. Okay, it still works this other way. We want to select what? We want to select, we want to see first name. What are the columns that we want to see? First underscore name. We also want to see last underscore name. Please, you have to spell it exactly the way it is in your column, in the columns of your table. You have to spell it exactly, okay? So that SQL will not throw in an error message for you. So we want to see from where, from what table, from actor table, we enter a semicolon. You can choose to use your semicolon or not. All right, it's going to return your answer for you. The reason why we use semicolon is because most employer wants to see your semicolon because it signifies that that's the end of your query, of your that particular query you're working on. All right, so let's run this. You highlight to run it. You highlight, let me take this back. We highlight to run to execute our script. Yeah, so we have this way. You can choose to use all select words in capital letter. You can choose not to do that. All right, and you can choose not to use your semicolon. Your semicolon makes your work look organized and professional.
All right, yeah. So that's how we use our semicolon at the end. And here we go. It's same thing. It's also going to, run your script for you. Yeah, so today you learned what SQL is and you have written your first query.
In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to filter data using the where clause. Yeah, so subscribe if you want a weekly SQL lesson that is absolutely beginner friendly. Bye.